ridiculous premise, but let's examine it anyway. Why not? So a 20-minute podcast on one subject, but I do have to sell these comedy shows. I got to plug them. Because now all the guys that have the clubs, oh, yeah, no, that's great. Do a little bit and then send it out there and put our name. I said, okay. So, it sounds good. What would you say the listening tolerance is? You go for 20 minutes even, and then the overage makes it a 29, a 26, but they're all in the 20s. Is that what sounds real to you? Knowing the playground that we're talking about here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's probably a good start. Just kind of, shoot for 20 and settle for 30.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
I've already subscribed to Shannon's deal, and they're doing a solid 2 hours, but Shannon's going to keep doing his show just
it's
like
a
he
show.
always has.
Right, that's the show. Yeah.
So, but I think, maybe throw, don't mention the advertisement at the beginning, but maybe halfway through, let's talk about this just for a minute about what's coming up and then get back into it.
Yeah. Well, it should be real because I really am doing the gigs. So it's not right. In other words, I'm just going to say, hey, don't forget, if I'm near you, come on out and see a show. I'm trying. That's the pitch now. Now that I've got the whole package done, the one club guy on July 13, Alex, fantastic. He's actually promoting it with local media, calling them up, offering me as an interesting guest, whatever. Excellent. But
wow,
right?
Okay.
That's very good on his part, right? Because he's a community. A comedy house. So he's looking to be grassrootsy, right? It's not about how funny this guy is in L.A. or New York. It's, what are we doing with him? So I like, right. And that could be now, I think, the drill. I think about, I don't want to exaggerate. I think I've been in 48 cities where the Ed Tyll show caused some kind of trouble. It was in the newspaper. I said something. The mayor accused me, and I didn't do it, but it was still good. I was in the paper for 3 days being vindicated. I got all this little sporadic stuff. So that's a perfect tour for me, Bell, Nagin, and I think all the old age homes I can find. There's going to be a ton of old age homes on the road. So, you know what I mean? You can't leave them out. You got a show just for them. So, and then the book is now, I would say we're weeks away, but that'll jinx it. But I think we're going to hit smack dab in the middle of autumn without a problem. This will be and that'll be fantastic. A stocking stuffer, giveaway,
don't work through the Italy trip. You gotta keep that on the calendar, right? I mean, that's a thing.
I know
for the fall.
I know. No, it's true. But honestly, everything's got to be done by Italy trip. Italy trip is October, so everything has to be in the can, done, and I might just be an inert object in the beginning of October. I may just get in that cryogenic tube.
Well, no. Just look. You come back from Italy. Is he relaxed? Is he taking it easy, easing back? Fuck no. He's hitting the ground at 120.
I am.
And doing shows, going here, going there.
It's an illness. It's a mental disorder. It's not a way to live. I'll tell you that. No one goes, "Oh, good job." They go, "Really? Really?" That's all people say to me. Oh, that's good. You went.
Have you ever had a checkup?
Yeah, exactly. And I think we all know the answer is not on your life. I am not letting a mental health professional anywhere near me. Yeah, I got to be kidding. So what can I say? I like it. And I think it would be fun to get Lori on one day, 10 minutes. Always fun, you, Bob Bell. We haven't heard any of Bob Bell's theories about anything in a while. So I'm, really, I got a big empty spot in my cerebellum that I save for Bob Bell. It's a part of my brain that makes no sense at all, and I let it go in.
You're gonna have all this. I'm not quite sure what the right word is. In together in a few weeks, we're gonna be all in the same room.
This is I'm flipping out. See, this is why I'm flipping out. This is why I'm doing this, because I feel exactly that. I want to be in touch with my really crazy side, right? My inner insanity. I want up on that stage when we go to Joke Joint on the 13th of July. That's what I want really bad. So there's only one way to do that. You have to go nuts long before you get there. And you have to be practicing how crazy your thoughts can be and how ridiculous, the words that you use are to people. Why do they frighten, annoy, bother, drive? I'm waiting for the first guy that sits in the back of the room. All right, that's enough. I came out here to see you, but that's it. You went too far now. Oh, right away. Oh, my God. What am I going to do? Hold on, Emperor. Before you send me to the guillotine, let me, I got to have something good for the first guy. It's like, all right, enough. My wife likes this crap, but I don't listen to you. I tried listening to you. My wife and her friends listen to you. They think you're funny. I don't think you're funny at all. I want that guy. That guy has to come out because he will be the angriest guy in the park. He doesn't want to be there. What is this show with this guy? Some radio guy my wife and her friends used to listen to.
I think you're a lot more likely to get a husband who loves it, Tyll, and a wife who goes, why am I here?
Yeah.
Why?
What is? I don't know. I don't think any of this. I guess you have to be with their crowd. I don't know why they think that all this is funny. My husband thinks it's funny. He's laughing at himself on stage. Look at this guy. This guy's so in love with himself. He laughs at his own jokes. I see something going on, but I don't know what it is. I like those people too. I love when they come up and say, I don't know what the hell is it. I listen to your radio show. I don't hear a damn thing. I don't know what you're talking about half the time. You talk so fast, and commercial comes, and I go.
You're gonna have a barometer in the room. Suzanne Dudley has talked to you.
Oh boy,
she's heard you.
Yes,
she's never heard any of your material. I've told her. I said it's gonna be a little different, dear.
A little bit, yeah. So Taylor Swift's vagina is musing out loud, and it doesn't understand how famous it is. Why are we famous? We don't play the guitar, she does, but everybody's talking about us. And by the way, that John Mayer, I hope he plays better guitar than he plays with us, because that little performance he put on down there didn't do anything. I fell asleep in the middle of his solo.
I can assure you, those are three words that she has never put together in her head. Taylor Swift's vagina.
That's it. Taylor Swift's vagina. TSV. In my notes, I have to put TSV because I don't want to get thrown out of the club before I do the set. On my set list, I have to write it in code. So he's going to talk about Taylor Swift's vagina. I saw it on his notes. Oh my God! You know what? I almost got knifed at a Monday night comedy spot. I don't know what happened to comedy. So let's say you're at a comedy open mic night, you and your buddies. You got nothing to do, and it's a free beer. So you go over there and get your free beer, and you see a bunch of 30-year-old, bearded, angry, in their pajamas, just it looked like some kind of jail arraignment was going on. Mm-hmm. It looked like and then I walk up, Arnold Palmer hair, I could be their grandfather. What happened to the days where like, hey, look at this, hey, what's up, man? Hey, I don't know if you can hear me, but the front door's over here, Where were those guys? I love those guys. Hey, Grandpa, what are you getting up tonight? Or your grandson is doing the open mic? What's going on with you? No, I'm getting up. What do you got? Some jokes about air conditioning? Hey, you bet I do. So none of that camaraderie was available for yours truly over here. Yeah, I was not greeted with any of that. What's the word when you're being wild? Frivolity. There was no crazy, edgy wordplay.
Shenanigans.
Zero.
Hey, if you want me to be a heckler, I'll heckle the hell out of you, buddy, if that'll help get you going. But I have a feeling you really don't. That'd be gasoline on a fire. But,
I think so.
I
think I am that guy. I'm like the security guard who's waiting for the bank to be robbed. Right? Every day, they're going to rob it today. I'm going to shoot somebody, man. I am ready to go. I went to target practice. I'm going to take this bitch down. Oh, that's it. So, hecklers, I believe me, there should be some right of way. I don't see me getting a couple of minutes in before the first, hey, so we're going there now, are we? Are we going that direction? Was that where this? Or some woman? Oh, is this what it is? Is this how you get your laughs? Making other people want to kill themselves now somewhere in a suburb?
I can give you a real loud. I don't think she was expecting this.
Right. Or as we used to say, we were crude when we were kids in the Bronx. It's terrible that when you think back, I was saying this at 11 and 12, and we would say the phrase, sin vaselina, without Vaseline in Spanish. Sin vaselina is what we would say, because you're really getting it the rough way. This is going to be bad for you, really, really bad. A lot of friction, a lot of
discomfort.
Yes. Oh, that was my number one. When I was a kid, I didn't know what they meant on TV. A product would solve discomfort. You had evening discomfort. You would have occasional. I never knew that meant you were constipated and you had some kind of hemorrhoidal, pain. I didn't know. It was just called discomfort. Yeah. Wow.
And now you've grown up to be a professional pain in the ass. So it's a circle of life.
This is how I feel. People go, what is going to be your contribution? When you in the Ed Tyll legacy, and I was a pain in the ass all the way through. I have a picture of me annoying Miss Mahoney in kindergarten. I got a picture. I saw the picture. It almost made it to the Wall of Fame because her eyes are rolling before they called it an eye roll. They didn't call it an eye roll. She just rolled, and it was 1960. And we're in the basement in kindergarten, and I'm off to the races, man. I'm ready.
Are you home, by the way? Are you at home?
Yes, I'm in the home, the edtill.com studios here.
I got you. I didn't know, man. It's hard to keep up with you. I see these postings, all these different locations.
Isn't it true? I am. I'm on the move. You would think I was like one of those Tetris squares. Right? I'm always going. Where is Orlando? I was in Orlando. I was in Palm Coast. Yeah.
And you got the sharp edges. Just like the Tetris squares.
I do. Oh, I'm edgy. Well, I could slice off a few things if you need it done.
Up here, I'm in your state. I'm up here in Lee, Florida on 10, waiting to pick up a load from a guy to take down to Tampa. So he's got to go to Jersey. And I'm gonna be. You're
gonna be heading down where after he takes your load. Good night, everybody. After he takes a big load off of you, where do you go now to replenish?
Well, yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna run down the West Coast. 19? That runs down the coast and to Tampa. And
you're going to Tampa. Oh, okay. I thought you were the load was going. So you go to Tampa, and then you're going to wait on assignment from headquarters, or you already know what happens. Got it.
Yeah. I don't know. They're working on it because yeah, I don't know what's going to happen
You know,
next. So
you know, it's hilarious now. We're our backdrop, as opposed to the old backdrop, was Ed Tyll, Florida Man. The backdrop now is let's laugh. It's an afternoon of fun with a smiley face. And well, for my personality, I think that's a great juxtaposition, don't you think? Like, this is a show that could annoy you in 2 seconds, have you angry, yelling, screaming, fighting, having a problem with the, and instead, I have this peace, love, and hippie style slogan. Let's laugh is the new peace and love, isn't it, from Ringo?
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, especially these days where people are, where comics especially are scared of offending and all that, and they need to be the point of the spear, trying to get us back to normal.
You bring up something that the legend Seinfeld has been talking about to everybody's chagrin. Now, I want to fly this around the room one time like a paper airplane with you. Okay, I'm just going to sail it out there once. It's good for a practitioner, especially an entertainer. It's good to fight your way through. So I'm not with that it's too tough to do comedy. He's saying, why are there no sitcoms? Because there are too many people who will protest and pull the sponsorships and say you're racist and say you're this and that because you're trying to make fun of things and you're not allowed to make fun of anything. So to me, I just think we got to put our Sam Kinison socks on and go by Kinison's prescription. I don't know if you saw famous quote. Comedians love to say this, but I don't know if you ever heard the quote. You don't want the whole room to love you. You want half the room to love you and, drown the other half in how much they love you. Don't ever think that you're going to make everybody happy. I believe this is why Steve Martin gave up the stadiums in 1980. You can't really entertain 50,000 people through nuance and intimacy. So we got to, I think, go back to Kinison and Small. You don't want, listen, who am I to say this, right? Cosby used to do 2 houses a day back in the day, 2,500 a performance, 5,000 human beings in one building in an 8-hour stay in that building. I don't know. It sounds like IBM making widgets to me, but God bless. But give me 200 people that are sweating and screaming and banging the table with, an explosive act. That's the one you want to be. You want to see the Stones in a nightclub. You don't want to see the Stones at some baseball stadium. I don't know. My ranting about
I agree. I agree with that. Yeah. That's why I'm looking forward to next month. I mean, because how many people do you think are going to be there?
Well, here's the thing. I have a feeling the house will fill because the house is not that big, but it's what I love. It's a loud room. They're a comedy club. You go to New York Comedy Club in New York, man. The whole place shakes when they laugh and you're getting loud and you're banging the stool. And, you're doing something up there. The room comes up like a volcano. A joke joint is just like New York Comedy Club like that. The minute you get on stage, you can articulate your steps if you want to. If you want to say, 1, 2, 3, so this guy says to me, you can do that there like the old clubs. So that's what we're in for. Plus the bar.
Good.
The bar's full. I like drinking there. It's a side benefit, but good cocktails, wild ass entertainment is what I think is in demand right now. That's what I want. I want another Sam Kinison. This is Matt Rife. I love this kid. He reminds me of Taylor Swift a little bit. He's got the thing. It's bigger than anything, and it's all him. And he just took a little exhaustion break. I'm glad he did that. But I have no idea what that's about. It's huge, but I don't know what it's about. Same thing with Taylor Swift. She's huge, but I don't know what it's about. When Jim Carrey did you send me Jim Carrey? Is that why I watched that reel today? On Carson?
I did. I did.
You did,
yes.
right. So when that happened, Carrey on Carson, it felt universal. Felt like we're having a common experience like the Beatles on Ed Sullivan. Now, a huge thing can happen, and all I can do is give it huge props because of how freaking big and elaborate it is, but it's hard for that stuff to move me. I still want stuff that moves me, right? I was in Italy. I'm looking at statues. They look like people that are that big. How did they get that kind of detail? So you get moved. It's hard for a big thing unless you have direct access to it. Unless, I don't know how you'd be into something younger than you. Could be your kids, grandkids. Could be happenstance. You got stuck in a McDonald's and you were surrounded by it. But, yeah, it's a little bit, for my sensibilities, Jack Kerouac, right? Jimi Hendrix, Greenwich Village, Hemingway sitting there with Gertrude Stein, grinding out the bizarre emptiness of life as he saw it, just grinding at it, trying to. This is in short supply today. And I would like to sneak it in if I could. Now at least you could be this, right? No one can really stop. This is a YouTube that'll be cut up into little pieces. So, that's what I think it is now. That's what you're doing. But it's hard to find. It's very hard to find. This pathos, remember that word? The pathos is hard to find. It's, I don't know. I don't know if it's not being experienced or we've lost the language of expression, and it's very ragey. I get it. Everybody's on 11 on a scale of 10. It's got to be an 11. But I think we talked about this. When death metal came in, I'm looking for the Rolling Stones. I'm looking for a song. I'm looking for a thing. I want to dance to it, and haven't been dancing a lot. I want to dance more. Right.
Yeah, I agree. Well, it's so you got a lot going on between now and then.
New York, baby. New York with Matt Nagan. If he and I don't get arrested, then something's wrong with law enforcement in New York City. I mean, if we don't get hauled away or stabbed or thrown off a building, I don't know what's going on up there. I'm going to be disappointed if we don't have a brush with death. But
well, near term, when is that? When are you going up there?
Okay, you got it. June 30th, 2 shows on a Sunday. This is great. Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock. Eat like a Roman emperor. Just gorge yourself on food in the early part of the afternoon. Then come and drink alcohol and be with me and Nagan screaming and jumping off the wall in front of you. We're great for digestion and...
There's your tagline. Great for digestion.
Exactly. The Crazy Show, a digestif. You think you've had good digestifs in your life. We're better than grappa. We're better than mint.
Yeah. Now, what is it? What is the little? It's something after you've eaten. There's a high society word. I'm trying to remember.
I think that's it. I think I'm selling it right now. It's digestif because you have.
Yeah, I think you're right. You're right. Yep.
Right. The front end condescending stuffy word is aperitif on the front door.
That's it.
Aperitif.
That's the word.
You're looking for aperitif. Right, there you go. There's your shrimp cocktail and some single malt scotch. Thank you for the...
Yeah, but half the people won't understand that word. But, yeah.
See, this is another one. I love this. I miss talking to you, miss talking to Bob, Laura, all you guys. You're so rich with all the right thoughts. You have all the right thoughts. I loved, and I still do, I remember I told you I fell in love with an 86-year-old woman in Italy, Gina.
Yeah.
Right. How can you not love her? A Renaissance woman. She looks like my grandfather's twin, who at 86 has no wrinkles
So
on her.
look,
Yeah, go ahead.
do you have her phone number?
Yeah.
You need to keep those Italian skills that you learn sharpened.
Yeah.
And if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. So you need
You're
to
right.
talk to some Italian people.
I tell you something.
You
You know
know?
what? You're making me do a flashback now of Kinnison used to find somebody with a phone in the audience, and he would say, "Give me your phone." And he would take the phone. "Give me your girlfriend's first name." He'd call it, "Hey, it's Sam. I'm on stage. You know, you got to lose this guy. He's a total loser." And he has a live conversation with the phone up to the stand-up mic. You could hear the girl. So I got to call Gina in Italy on the WhatsApp and get her live in Eduardo, che bafangula. Oh man,
Yes.
she'll rip it out in 2 seconds. I did a video. She gave me a bafa on a 3-second video. This woman, she's ready to go. She's ready to go.
Yeah, I took 4 years of French. How much French can I speak today? Zero.
Really? You know,
Well,
it's terrible.
But if I hear it, I can kind of understand what they're. But I
Oh,
can't
good.
speak it.
You
I
can follow.
don't have any of the nouns, the words. You know.
Right.
But yeah.
Well, you know, in my high school, we all took Spanish because we wanted to know what the kid was saying when he was stabbing us. If you're getting stabbed, it sucks if you don't know what he's screaming at you while he's stabbing you. So we took Spanish in order to know.
Yeah, in retrospect, I should have taken Spanish too, but I didn't.
Loved it.
'Cause
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't know anybody that spoke Spanish or French.
Oh.
So French sounded better to me, so I took French.
What was that? Right. What were those coffees? International coffees. Remember those
Oh,
on
yeah.
TV? There was a French one. There was a Frenchie in the middle there. They were marketing, and it was just a sugar powder. You know, it wasn't even real coffee, the International. It had no
wasn't
caffeine.
even real coffee. That's right. And what was the one that they would sell you a coffee machine, and then you subscribed? Started with a K, didn't it?
Yep. I can't remember now. I'm
But you know what
yes,
I'm talking about.
I do.
They had all these wild varieties
man.
of coffee.
Terrible.
Uh,
You know, this is the thing. They find out you're addicted to it, and right away it becomes interesting. And how come you don't have the coffee pod? You know what? I just want a cup of coffee. A cup of coffee was a dime when I was a kid, and chock full of nuts had the 10 cents up there, 10 with the cents sign.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I remember those times.
That was when it was real coffee. Give you heartburn. It would be grains on the bottom of the cup. It was real good. Wake your ass up in the morning coffee. Working man's coffee. Coffee you bought I bought on the street. Fantastic.
So let's see. Yeah, chock full of nuts. And then y'all probably didn't have JFG
We
coffee
did
up
not
there, did you?
JFG. What is? Does it stand for a person, or we don't even know? Just it's delicious.
No, I've never looked into it, but I remember that's something that they sold at Piggly Wiggly that Mama bought.
Piggly
was
Wiggly.
JFG coffee.
Piggly Wiggly. The first day I set foot in the South. I think I told you the story. My friend Ronnie came with me in the Malibu. 1972 Malibu, riding down south, two loud-mouthed Yankees who have no idea the way people sound and the way they look at you. And the first one was, "Nope, we ain't got no gas for you." "What? But we need gas." We said, "But we need the gas." He goes, "I know. I ain't got none for you." Went back into the filling station and stayed right there. Called up Don Knotts or whatever he did, and we got shut down. Then much later, I don't know, like 18 hours later, we're starving, and we go into, you know what? Not a chain, but a place that said grits on the outside. So it had grits. And we went in there, and this was another one, man. This guy did not want to know us from Adam. "Oh, wow, these grits look good. Oh, boy, I want to try some. Don't you, Ronnie? Oh, yeah, these are going to be good." And the guy's like, "Hey, shut up and eat these things." Wow, okay, customer service. Let me tip you extra.
I'm glad you didn't go on. I'm not sure about grits. Could I have a grit to try?
Oh, yeah. Can I try a grit? Can I just try one? Yeah, just get one. Yeah, it's like I'd like to try an oat. That oatmeal looks good, but just pick me off one oat to see if I want that oatmeal or not. Yeah. From New York. So, fantastic. So that's, I'm excited.
Look,
yeah. Go on.
Hey, so the guy that I'm doing this with just got here. So you going to be around a little while? Because after I pick this up, I'm heading down the West Coast towards Tampa. I'll call you back.
I was going to say, you know something? Are you staying overnight in Tampa? Are you going to be overnight there?
Probably Sarasota.
Sarasota.
I hope to make it down to Sarasota.
There you go. Yeah, so we will reconnoiter on all of that. Absolutely. I'll catch up with you in a little while.
Sounds good, buddy. Talk to you later.
Be safe. All right, good hearing your voice. Oh, man, listen to all that great stuff. You see what happens? Now, so we had Bob. Now we've had Michael. We're going to get a hold of Alex. Alex and I runs a killer club up there. He's a funny guy. We're going to get on the on YouTube, right? We're on YouTube Live. This is a YouTube Live Ed Tyll channel. That's what it is. And lighting is very good in here, so I'll be shaving before the next episode. Wow, what happened there, Grizzly Bear? You know, it's silver now, so you don't see it crawling up on. You look at it in the shadows, and you got steel timber growing there. All right, not bad. Also, 20 minutes out the window. We're in minute number 43. Gonna have to work on that, Edward Tyll. Eduardo. All right, let's see. What do you want to close out? Let's close out with something fun, huh? What about Pat Horgan? We haven't heard Pat Horgan. Here he is, Pat Horgan, Thunder Road Band, Ed Tyll, theme song 2002.
Grew up working class in a place they call the Bronx. Learned on the corner, Baptist school of hard knocks. Found out his rap could be his salvation. Well, now he's talking all across the nation. It's the Ed Tyll Show. It's the Ed Tyll Show. Come on, everybody. It's Ed Tyll.